Okay, so this is I literally just saw this like an hour ago or whatever. So Emilio Rojas, so this is Venezuelan American rapper, skateboarder, or whatever. So I'm like, okay, 24,000 followers. So I didn't even look at his page before I even read the tweet, but listen to the shit. It says Drake's suing UMG over streaming fraud and payola. Let me tell you, I had a record 10 years ago that hit top 100 urban radio, and we bought all those plays out of pocket. The song lost all momentum when the radio budget was gone. Almost all radio DJs take money or gifts. That's the way the game is played. Every single major artist pays for radio support, every single one. And almost all PDs, as in program directors, as in the people who are in charge of really making the who gets played at radio, almost all PDs, mix show DJs, and high profile DJs take money. That is radio. That's why cats with street money are able to build more momentum than the average artist thinking their talent is just going to open doors. The cream rising is just a myth. The money rises. That's it. Bottom line. So he's saying the cream rising is just a myth. You don't need talent. You just need money. The funny thing is, though, Drake probably benefited more from this system than any other artist of his generation. Best I Ever Had must have had a massive radio spend and all the records at the beginning of his career as well. Then the deal he struck with streaming services pretty much guaranteed him preferential algorithm and playlist placement. The deal he struck with the streaming services pretty much guaranteed him preferential algorithm. The deal he struck. Listen to that. It says the deal he struck. So are you alleging that the deal that Drake struck with Spotify directly? I don't know if that doesn't really make sense if unless you're talking about Drake on behalf of UMG. The thing, this suit is almost guaranteed to find some fraudulent streams. I'm interested to see how many though. Most big artists have fake numbers, so it's unfortunate that Kendrick is going to be in the limelight. When I was signed, this is the shit that I bookmark right here, bitch. Take a screenshot of this shit. When I was signed, I had calls with marketing people about the perfect ratio of fake to organic streams to not trigger the DSP takedown thresholds. So I'm going to pause. DSP stands for Digital Service Provider, aka Spotify, Apple Music, a streaming service. So basically, we're talking about Spotify, so let's keep it on Spotify. Spotify has a system where you cannot just, there are companies, yes, there are companies and there are services that you can buy to put you on playlists and to get you fake streams, and Spotify can detect that. But what they're saying is that, oh, and where I heard this, oh my God, I'm gonna give you guys this audio to listen to, and I already fucking posted it on Twitter. So if you didn't listen to it, y'all, I don't post shit for no reason, okay? So, this other person who worked for a label said the other day, right after Drake had filed, was it them? Somebody said, basically, like, oh yeah, it was him. Basically, he said that, like, you gotta, okay, it gotta be, basically, let's just put it, nothing, okay, don't take anything I say as like fact, 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 okay? Just like, it's just, I'm just putting random numbers, okay? He basically said that 80% of your streams have to be real. You get what I'm saying? If he said that, like, basically, don't take anything I say as like fact, fact, fact. Okay, just like it's just I'm just putting random numbers. Okay, he basically said that 80% of your streams have to be real. You get what I'm saying? In order to not trigger the system. So you can buy 20% of your streams. Yes, Spotify is okay with that, but not 100%. 80% gotta be real. But 20%, yeah, we'll let you slide. So maybe Drake is going to have to prove that they did use over 20% of the streams of Not Like Us are fraudulent. They're going to have to prove that. They're going to have whatever number it is. They're going to have to prove whatever threshold that Spotify has that Not Like Us either exceeded it or didn't. How about old girl? I don't know, but Atlantic, has their reputation for bots and stuff like that. So yeah, like what it is, what it is. Um, but yeah, so what's it? And nobody when people talk like this, when they say these things that I'm telling you right now about like how the shit works, they're not saying, oh, I worked on Cardi B's campaign. They're not gonna say like what artist it is. They're just gonna say, I worked on da 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 da. They're not even gonna tell you the label, okay? So it's just this is happening, and it's everybody's job, right? If there's marketing. Oh my God, I'm just once again listen to the shit that I post. All right, I will tell you guys what to listen to. I love when I come across like things like this where people who were actually signed talking about the shit that they experienced. They experienced not only did they experience streaming fraud and payola, but it's the fact that what he said is the fact that like when I was signed, I had marketing calls, bitch. We have marketing meetings. And this is why I just explained to you, talking about the perfect ratio of fake to organic. So we gotta have about like let's do 17% fake and the rest organic. Okay. So they gotta talk about what percentage gotta be organic and what was gonna be fake so that they don't trigger Spotify's detection methods. So he says, I could never afford to fake streams because they never spent any marketing dollars on my ass. But that was a real conversation I had, LMAO. So he said, I had a real conversation about fake streams, bitch. Okay. So we know it's happening. Okay. How and the receipts we need. One thing I want to say on this, I want to say that in terms of Nicki, I think that Nicki does take the organic route, like I've been saying. But this, I think that this is one of the reasons why Nicki uses Stationhead so much because but when she's on Stationhead, she's basically putting in overtime. Yes, someone around the world is always streaming Nicki Minaj's music every day, so she's always making money. She's always getting streams. But if she's not using any artificial methods, then the streaming numbers that you see for the most part, when you see like a Nicki Minaj on Spotify, let me see, Nicki, let's check streams real quick, and I will speaking of that, like I'm gonna do separate videos on chart analysis, so just know that that's coming. But yeah, so like we can say here are Nicki's streams for yesterday. Here are all her album streams and whatever. Let's look at Queen, right? Only 407,000. Queen's numbers are always low. That's her lowest streaming album, and it just really makes you really think, like, like wow, like these maybe these really are organic. Like, let's how can we look? High School got 78 streams and 78,000 in one day. Let me see. Fat Tap Out 57,000. Old Song, Up All Night Drake 70,000. No Love, that's a good one. 38,000 in one day, right? So it would be interesting to, and we can do this because we be on Twitter or whatever, but like to look up, to take another artist, like maybe even a J. Cole, compare Nicki to J. Cole, compare Nicki to Kendrick as well. But I would say like compare to someone who you feel like is kind of around Nicki's numbers or whatever, and is more organic, or somebody who you feel like is inflated. For example, like I would love to know what Taylor Swift thinks about all of this. You know why? Because Taylor put her fucking neck on Universal's neck last year when they couldn't reach an agreement with TikTok and they took off all of their artists' music off of TikTok. Y'all remember that? That probably wasn't even a year ago. Taylor Swift said, I am not releasing my album until y'all make an agreement with TikTok so my music can be played on there and I can get the money from it. So Taylor Swift knows everything that's going on. Taylor Swift is probably using every, thing that she could probably possibly use